We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go on EA Sports.
Gun. Cut. Big 13. Big 13. I got one.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. Perine again on second down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing down. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over first and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, first and 10 at their own 42. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man here, it's Bryant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Hey, alert! Pistol.
Mayfield on play action. Steps away to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Bengals drive about to get going. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get it.
Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Watch the run. He's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
They'll run it here with P-Ryan. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And a short gain down to about the 33. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
11 MT, 11 MT,
Here's P-Ryan. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Brownsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he will find his man on the outside.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, who can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. Now, these two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
We got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. That is caught left side by Bryant. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
I'm coming.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Watch the run.
They go play action. Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A good gain on 1st. Has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Got 4 down. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming.
11. Pick it up.
Now Pirine. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now a carry for Pirine. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do?
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Tens the mic. Tens the mic.
Watch the backer. Watch the backer.
Hurry, hurry.
Mike 10. Mike 10.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long It's going to be a long day.
Hey, we got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10.
Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Gay is on for the point after. And it is now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Reuben Foster picks it, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
We'll see if they can do it here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 3.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
Right 80. Right shot.
You.
11 Thomas.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Here's Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. Pistol. Get that quarterback.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Throwing, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
I got it. Watch tight end. 40.
Alert.
10's the mic. 10's the mic.
Mayfield on 1st down. Going for it all. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham as the 1st half is winding down. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. The Bengals drive about to get going as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
12.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Run.
I got you.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hey, alert!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
They toss it left side to Chubb. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Regular.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Mayfield down.
Don't get nervous.
Throw right side, taken in by the tight end, Bryant. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Run.
I got you, son. Mike 10.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield.
I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Check the outs.
The drive starts with a handoff to P-Ryan. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Our time, guys. It's our time.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Mayfield off the play fake. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Again, here's P-Ryan, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
So don't say nothing.
Check it out.
They run it again with Chubb. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
To throw, Mayfield. Going deep here for Bryant. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he rifles one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And
They
he's
should have
going
put
to
a
lose
stamp on
yardage
the
here back to the 12-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
All day, dog.
180.
Tight end to the right. To the right. Move.
We got 3 down. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Let's go.
Burrow looking to pass. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. And Burrow going to throw again. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 56 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Now, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now Bengals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He'll get this out to his running back, Pirine. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number, and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
On one, ready?
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. You must be getting tired of seeing it.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 15. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Hey, 14-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Watch the slant.
Run.
Watch the slant.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense.